Why would I want to wait? Stream shift? This is some new shit? Okay, what the fuck? What is so stream shift? It's a bug. Hold on, wait. Can you guys hear me? Hear slash see me now? Hello, hello, test, test, test. You can hear me? Okay, Liz, can you hear me? Okay. So Streamlabs OBS has a new feature that I guess they just put in the beta called Stream Switch, which I guess allows you to switch the device that your stream is visible on, called Stream Switch. And what apparently my OBS thought I was on two different devices, like streaming to two different devices at once or something like that. I'm not really sure, but that's what happened. That's why it was some kind of bug with their new thing that they're fucking around with. You're a bright-eyed child with an active imagination. Sometimes. Good girl. Okay, but for what reason though? Wait, you're lagging again? Hold on. Maybe I should just have all my info, like my frames. I'll have my drop frames like visible for me. That way I can always see if I'm dropping frames. No lag for you, Rap. It doesn't look like I've dropped any frames. 0% a frame drop so far. Okay. Your earliest memories are of your 4th birthday. Here's a big cake with a neat hollow effect that looks like fire. But when you reach out to touch it, all you get is a handful of icing. Yummy. Your favorite present is? I actually don't know what to go this time. Last time we did science. Should we do something different this time? Like maybe we'll do like leadership or something. Yeah, maybe persuasion. You carry that doll with you everywhere. You feed it with a tiny spoon you found in the galley. Auntie Sedent helps you take care of all the colonist kids. Her daughter, Anemone, is the same age as you, but she doesn't like dolls. From as early as you can remember, you've had vivid dreams every night. You dream about strangers who seem so familiar in wide open spaces, very different from the stratospheric. Sometimes the dreams are bad and it makes you scared to go to sleep. So every night before lights out, your dad tells you a bedtime story. Then I get some lag as soon as you said that. I have no drop frames right now. I have 0% drop frames. So the lags, it's not, so yeah, maybe Twitch has an update right now. But the lag's not coming from me for sure. I haven't dropped a single frame, and my CPU usage is like 9%. Like I'm firing on all pistons right now. You often ask for Tales of Earth, a place you've seen only in HoloViz. Your dad doesn't want to talk about it. How about we save that for another time, he'll say. Or maybe when you're older. He prefers made-up stories. Your favorite is Superhero Justice, where the first card gets -1, the last card gets plus. No, that's not. +2. This card's objectively better than that other one. Wait, is it good now? They fight for the downtrodden in the streets of the city and love everybody except the bad guys who are mean. They try to take all the money for themselves. That's my favorite too, your dad says. Every child in Stratospheric is given one genetic enhancement. By age 6, you see the first signs of yours. Eagle eyes, extra fingers. Absorbent brain was the one we did before. Super strength or calm temperament. -1 to stress. What do we think? Maybe extra fingers? Last time we did absorbent brain. We'll go extra fingers. You heard that long ago having a 6th finger would have been something you'd hide or even remove, but Antecedent says some of the best musicians back on Earth have the gene for an extra finger, just like you. Hey! Oh shit, wait. High CPU usage? It's at 13. What are they talking about? Did I drop a frame? No. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, guys. Wait, is it good or is it shitty? I can't see what you guys are saying. You're also very good at making crafts, which you do with your friend. Let's go Tammy this time. I want to see. Tammy died like when we were kids the first time, so I'm really hoping we can make that not happen this time. She's really nice, and she fucking got electrocuted and died. When you're 8, Tammy wants to bake a special cake for Antecedent, who runs the creche. It has to be a real earth carrot cake with real carrots, because that's Auntie's favorite. Tammy needs help getting carrots from the gardens where your parents work. Should I just ask my mom for the carrots? No, I'll ask Dad for the carrots. He's more likely to give them to me, I think. Your dad always easy to persuade. He asks why you need the carrots and grins when you tell him it's a secret. He slips you some carrots and reminds you not to tell your mom. The cake comes out okay, but see, Antecedent is grateful anyway. Yeah, let's go. I'm already stressed? Fuck. You're 10 years old when the ship finally reaches the wormhole. Professor Howe says it looks like a doorway to it's like a doorway to other star systems, with the planet Vertumna 4 on the other side. You run emergency drills for months to prepare. When the day finally comes, it starts with a rumble. Then things start to slide off tables. You hurry to gather near the escape pods just in case. Single file, everyone. Professor Hal instructs you to follow him. Oh yeah, I forgot about this guy. You dreamed of this day since you were in diapers. It's one of your earliest memories, even though it hasn't happened yet. As the ship passes through the wormhole, the shields will fail. If you don't recalibrate them, your parents' hydroponic farms will be lost. You recalibrate this. Oh shit, so we know this now. Oh shit. We get new options because now we remember our life. We remember everything that happened. Recalibrate the shields. You give Professor Howe the slip, a move you've practiced for this day, and rush to the engine wing, past confused adults who try to stop you. You find the nearest congruence terminal. Oh, I never learned the root access code. Okay. Help me, Congruence. Congruence brushes you off. Almost all of your considerable processing power is going towards making sure the wormhole doesn't destroy the Stratospheric, and you don't know how to make her do what you want. You yell and beg her to do it, but it's no use. The ship enters the wormhole while you're still trying to talk to her. You black out just like you always do. Oh, fuck. Okay. So we need to... Okay, so if we run through this again, we'll need to get the access code. Otherwise, we're just not... So that... Okay, fuck. So the hydroponics, that's how it got fucked up. Gradually, your consciousness reforms. You wake up in the med bay. The med bay under you plays a soft tone and automated voices speak. 2 weeks have elapsed. The patient's cranial injuries has completely healed. They may now be safely discharged. Wait, hold on. So should we... Let's go technology. Let's go technology and like social this time. Instead, because last time we went Okay, so last time we went with sciences and toughness. This time we'll go sciences and empathy. Yeah, so now we know why it kept saying we had these dreams of happening before. Yeah, exactly. It's because we remember it from our past life, except we didn't play the game before, so we didn't actually have a past life to go to. But now that we've played it, we actually remember it from a past life. So one of our objectives at some point is to get the access codes for congruence, so that we can make her recalibrate the shields, so we can so the hydroponics doesn't get destroyed. Gradually your consciousness reforms. You wake up in the med bay. Oh wait, so the cards that we pick up are actual memories. I see they're called memories. They're literally memories. So like if we had the card in the last run, that's how we, like, okay. Do we need to have the card at the end of the run for us to remember it, or no? I guess that's the question right now. I got a doll. Like if I forget something, because remember, the way that you remove cards from your deck is by forgetting the memory. Like when I start fine tuning my deck, I got to get rid of all this giggling and shit, right? Yeah. So maybe our deck, if we want to remember certain things, maybe those things have to stay in the deck in order for us to like keep them. Graduate consciousness. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe should I just Google that? That might be something, because that's a mechanic that I'm not really sure about. Okay, here's how the memory transfer. Knowledge is gained through experience. As soon as you experience an event or learn information on a playthrough, that knowledge is saved to your overall game data. Past life options. In subsequent playthroughs, your characters will have access to unique dialogue and action points marked with purple swirly symbol based on what you've learned in the previous runs, even if you started a new run midway or reloaded a save. Oh, okay, so any of our previous runs, just all knowledge that we encounter, we just learn and keep. So deck mechanics versus story memory. The cards in your deck are an in-game representation of your character's current focus and skills, and you can even forget low-value cards to improve your deck draws during future challenges. This deck management is separate from the long-term past life knowledge that carries over between runs. Okay, your actual deck gear and specific stats do not carry over to new games, but the options unlocked by past knowledge do. Okay, all right, that makes things way clearer. So I don't have to fuck up my deck in order to remember shit. Cool. That's way better. Gradually your conscious reforms. You wake up in the med bay. 2 weeks have elapsed. Cool. As the fog lifts from your head, you realize something different about this room. It's so bright. Try to focus on the window. Something's definitely different. Sunlight? Instead of familiar blackness of space, bright light from twin blue and yellow suns is streaming through the windows. You peer out and see fields, glass wall domes, and walls ringed by giant mushroom-like trees. There are construction materials everywhere, and people are walking around outside on the ground. You better get out there and join them. Rush outside to start your new life. We're back on Vertumna 4. Hey, there's Tammy, who is alive now. Tammy jumps as you step out of the ship quarters behind you. You're awake. Are you all better? You better go see Dad. You better see your dad. She points southeast towards some geodesic domes. To walk, click on the ground, and click on characters to talk to him. Tammy looks concerned. You slept for so long after you bumped your head. I bet your parents were worried. Your dad is working over in geoponics near those domes. They're called greenhouses. I will go with you, but this is as far as I've been from the ship since we landed. Tammy stammers, blushing. It's scary outside. Okay, we can't let her die. Last time she fucking died. We gotta keep her alive. Command is a warren of long hallways. Everyone you pass seems to be hurrying off to something important. The end of one hallway opens into the supply depot, which works at both requisitions office and general store. Okay. Yeah, we gotta make sure to save her from I guess when the first attacks start happening. I don't even know if it was during the first attacks. I think it was before the first attacks. She got fucking she went to the creche and there was some kind of like a out of control robot or something that electrocuted her on accident, some shit like that. Your dad gives you a big warm hug. I'm so happy you're finally awake. Dr. Instance thought it'd be best to keep you asleep while your noggin healed. Your mother and I thought you might sleep away the whole year. My snoozy little gooseberry. Oh my god, we're back to this. He checks your head and looks relieved. He was clearly very worried about you, but covers it with jokes and smiles. Well, I mean, he fucking died last time, so I'm gonna be a little bit more loving to him this time around, I think. Welcome to Vertumna, he says, gesturing around you. You've never seen the stratospheric from the outside except in pictures. The ship has been separated in two, and parts taken off to form other buildings and a big wall around the colony. The alien jungle creeps right up to the wall. Only the geodesic greenhouses pass outside, dotting their way up the hill. How did you do this so fast? You've been asleep for weeks, my dear Aubergine, he says, and these geodesic greenhouses practically put themselves up. But some of this is only a quick temporary solution, he admits. We'll keep growing and improving things. One day our little colony will be as big as a whole city. Oh, before I forget, he pulls a package from his satchel and hands it to you. You blink and stare at it blankly. Don't you know what day it is? He asks. You don't. You remind him that you've been asleep in a med bay. Happy birthday, he shouts, wrapping you in a warm hug. Your birthday already? You feel a dizzying sense of deja vu. You stare hard at the wrap package. You know exactly what it is, what it's in there. You remember it. No, you dreamed about this package some years ago on the ship. Inside will be a small medallion in the shape of the sun that your dad made by hand. Should I tell him? Let's tell him. Let's see what it says. You describe the medallion and your dad tisks as he hands you the package. Aw, who ruined the surprise? Was it Seek? I'll bet it was Seek. They hate fun. He grinned and added, don't tell him I said that. You start to explain that nobody told you, but someone shouts your dad's name. Listen, I'm so sorry, Sizer, he said, but I have to get back to work. There was an accident when we landed, and don't worry, we're going to fix it, and your mother and I... Professor Howell is expecting you in class if you're feeling up to it, your dad says, pointing west to the engineering wing, in the rear end of the bisected ship. Then he points to large doors you came out of earlier, or you can relax in our quarters until you feel better. We'll talk later tonight, he says, then kisses the top of your head and ruffles your hair. Have a wonderful birthday, Sizer. I love you. Love you too, Dad. To enter a building... Oh, yeah, we already know this. Huh. Okay. So we gotta get technologically savvy. I know enough about the hydroponic stuff. I feel like we might be able to do something with that, but hopefully we can do some exploring and like there's just so many crises that happen that I'm like, fuck, now how do we prevent everything? You see, I'm sure you can't prevent everything. Can I tell you my super good news now? Absolutely, yeah. Tell me your super good news. What's going on? Also, what's up, Frenzy? You see Dice sitting on the ground beside some bushes. Is he hiding something? Is he hiding from somebody? He seems to be watching the gate to the wall in the south where grown-ups are coming and going. Kids aren't allowed past these walls, he says quietly without looking up. They say there's nothing to be afraid of, but then why do we need walls? You stare at the gate and have a sudden rush of memory, so strong you think you might faint. You imagine something crashing through the wall, something enormous and dark and wiggly. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I remember. For years in space, you've half-remembered nightmares of monsters, your ship being destroyed, of shifting through wreckage that used to be your home, trying to find something. Your dad always told you the dreams weren't real. Breaking you from your daydream, Dice whispers, I think there are monsters out there. I believe you. No, you don't, he says. You're being sarcastic, I can tell. Nobody believes me. He turns his back and ignores you. They're huge and wriggly and dangerous. Stop making fun of me. You're as bad as Mars. Oh shit, he doesn't believe me. He doesn't believe me that I believe him. Today I was able to get a little side gig for 2 out of 3 days. And I was able to buy $100 in groceries today. Hey, let's go. Congratulations. That's awesome. We love eating food. Cucumber salad, chicken nuggies, cereal, almond milk, bread, water, box of seltzer. Make sure to get more rice and other things that last for a really long time. But yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations. Your browser keeps auto pausing the stream. I'm just trying to alert. Yeah, and soups. Yeah. Get stuff that'll last. At least until things like are more stable. You know what I mean? Hi, Sizer. Anemone seems really at home here. She's rolling a sports ball around with her foot, making patterns in the weird blue snow. This stuff is different from snow on Earth, she tells you, because it isn't cold, but it's still neat and you can make stuff out of it. Your foggy head clears a little. Anemone is simple, physical, real. You always feel grounded near her. What are you making? Just snow spiral, she says. But earlier, me and Cal made a big snow pile. You missed it while you were sleeping in the med bay. Now you're awake, we can play. Have you seen monsters? Nope, just some little bugs. The grown-ups would say if they were monsters, right? She shrugged and then smiles reassuringly. Even if there were monsters, Chief Rhett would beat them all up. So don't worry. My mom says we're safer here than we were in space. You both look over at the wreckage from the stratospheric, the spaceship where you were born. Anemone's mom's antecedent is probably right about that. Look what the wormhole did to your ship. Why aren't you in school? She smacks her forehead. School! I wonder where everybody was. I was going to be late for humanities class. She doesn't look very worried to you. It's okay, she says. Professor Hal is chill. He won't mind. But we should probably go now. Hey, Reishu. How did Hal die? Did Hal die in the first attack? Fuck. We gotta make sure nobody dies. Well, I mean, people are gonna fucking die. I don't think we can avoid that. But we gotta make sure as few people die as possible. Wait, where's school at? I forgot already. Oh, it was over here. Ooh, Pop-Tarts. Ooh, I love Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts, you get a pass on Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts are a special occasion. Not special occasion, but they're like a staple. Yeah, I think Hal died in the first attack. Okay, can we make Hal not die? The ship's artificial intelligence, a vastly powerful computer, which runs everything from life support to the HoloNet. She has a sense of humor too. Oh, congruence. A low throbbing noise comes from the engine room, which provides power to the colony. Other corridors lead off to teaching labs and medbay. You know the route to your classrooms well, but the rest of this wing is off limits to children. Congruence, the ship's onboard AI, beams down at you from a nearby holoscreen. Don't forget to study hard, Sizer. Creativity and persuasion, or biology and reasoning. I think we still need to go biology and reasoning first. I think we for sure have to prioritize those, even if we're going hard into like the social aspects of things. I think one big thing that we want to do is we gotta stop the pollen, the whatever, what was it called, the dust or whatever, the whatever the pink powder shit that killed our dad. We gotta fix that. We have to fix the food crisis that killed our mom. We have to save Tammy, and then we also have to figure out the computer codes for congruence. The glow, was it called the glow? No, the glow was the season, right? It was the last season, the dark season where everything was glowing. Good afternoon, my burgeoning biologist and up-and-coming chemist. Professor Howell welcomes you back to your old classroom. This afternoon, we'll learn what I like to call the wet sciences. He gestures to his hydro-projected lesson plan: biology, chemistry, medicine, ecology, and geology. You'll learn a little bit of everything, with opportunities for further study in your favorite fields. If you're looking for something a little drier, try registering for the engineering classes. For today's lesson, Howell tells you, we'll start with a fun group project. You'll be studying the mush tree, a prominent natural resource native to Vertumna. In the ideal conditions, it can grow at a speed of over a meter a day and have a diameter of up to 30 centimeters. He stands on his tiptoes and gestures to illustrate. Your team will experiment to find those ideal conditions. You're teamed up with Tang and Cal and are given a mush tree spore and a bucket to grow it in. The rest is up to you. Tang looks up the surveyor notes on the HoloNet. Mush trees, she said, are most abundant south of the colony in the stormy, moist regions of the subaqueous swamp. What if we use water instead of soil, Cal suggested, like they do it with hydroponics? Tang nods. If they like wet weather, that might work. Cal, do you have any suggestions? I know it definitely wasn't lower the pH. That one wasn't right. So I guess we'll just try to put it under a grow light. You lower the light so that it's right over your bucket of water and pop the spore in. Every day you rush into the classroom to check on your progress. At first there's nothing, but by midweek your mush tree shoot sprouts up and starts its journey. You raise the light gradually as it grows towards it. In the end, yours is in the middle of the pack. Since mushrooms tend to grow in rainy, overcast places rather than hot, dry ones, you wonder if you might have given it too much light. Yeah, when we put it in the pH, maybe we should have did all of the above. Maybe we should have sung to it and all that shit too. When you work or go to class, you'll play a quick card challenge. Okay, if you're told in a circle, okay. Total in a circle is on the right, reaches you win. Depending on your cards, some challenges can't be won, but you'll still get a reward for doing your best. Bonuses for flushes, bonuses for pairs, bonuses for straights. Cool. Goal is 7. Is there a possible higher combination than this? I feel like no. Yeah, that was the highest. Okay, now that I know that this thing tells you what the highest score is, that's good. Your skills increase when you work or go to school, with extra skills if you win the challenge, and a kudos bonus if you make the highest scoring hand with your cards. Working also increases stress, which prevents you from working if it reaches 100. To relieve stress, take a month off to relax. Cool. Your parents have been working from the first dawn to well after dinner every day. You know growing food is an important job and it's vital to get the crops in the ground right away, but there seems to be something more than that. It's such a change from the growing on the stratospheric when you saw them all the time. You stay up and wait for them at night before going to bed, though you can tell they're exhausted. They make an effort to spend time with you. I'm sorry we haven't seen much of you, little gooseberry, your dad says. Your mom watches you as she works a pebble out of her gardening tiller, which is also serves as a crutch. How have you been holding up? Oh, they're gonna think I'm delusional. So I shouldn't say anything. It's gonna fuck up my deck. I learned some stuff in school. I'm glad to hear that, your mom says. I want you to study hard, work hard, and stay out of trouble. Maybe at some point we'll do a run where we're just the fucking crazy guy. But not this one. This one I want to actually try to save as many people as we can. Now that I know for the most of the things that are gonna attack us, I want to try to save as many people as I can. Professor Howe will give you kudos if you get good grades. You can spend those in the depot once it's open. You know, says your dad, raising an eyebrow at your mom. I think there are a lot of different ways to learn, and school is just one of them. You can learn from working a hobby or by helping a friend. Your mom shakes her head and sighs, though you can tell she's trying to put on a gentle smile. We both agree that this colony is an experiment, and that means we're going to do things differently than on Earth. You're old enough to start making your own decisions about your education and future. At 8? Or wait, what am I, 10? How the fuck old am I? 10? Oh, yeah, I guess. I'm old enough to make decisions about my education. Your dad puts a hand on your shoulder. We'll be proud of you no matter what you do. Try talking to your friends, and they may have ideas of how you can spend your time. And come by Geoponics, your mom says. We can use your help. Hey Sizer, Mars calls out to you. Come here, I have a job for you. You walk over to Mars, who's sheltered from the snow under the ship's overhang. It's so gross here, she complains. The sparked snow would ruin my good clothes. At least on the ship we had climate control. Ugh. Temmie made me some soy sweets, but there's no way I'm going out there with all this weather. Since you're running around, could you fetch them for me? Yeah, why not? Whatever. Good, Mars claps. She's probably just down the hill near our quarters. She's scared to take more than a few steps from our door. All she wants to do is hide inside and make sweets. You have something else? Oh. Hey, cats. Temmie is staring obliviously at the sky, smiling to herself. She startles as you approach. Oh, hello, Sizer, she says, putting her hand to her chest. Do you need something? I'm here for Mars's soy sweets. Temmie smiles at you. Oh, it's so nice of you to help Mars. She's a very important person, you know. She hands you a box wrapped in a pink and yellow scarf. One order of mango soy sweets made fresh this morning, she says. Please tell Mars that she can have the scarf back, okay? She used some of her kudos to nanoprint it for me because it's so dusty here, but I think I'm getting used to it now. Temmie smiles again and tucks her hair behind her big elven ears. Mars is so cool, she says fondly. Sometimes she's kind of bossy, but I know she really cares. Aww. Mars puts her hand out expectantly. Give it here. Do I have persuasion for this? Oh shit. Should I start extorting people? Tammy's glow up would look. I wonder what Tammy's glow up would look like. Well, we have to make sure she doesn't fucking die first. Negotiating. Mars scowls at you. This is extortion, she complains. Did you learn anything from Earth's history class? It's because of greedy people like you that we had to leave Earth. You're pretty sure that wasn't what you learned about labor activism. Fine, Mars grumbles, but only because I can afford it. You know, it's not right to bully me just because I have so many kudos. You hand over the soy sweets and Mars transfers those kudos with a wry smile. She seems to respect that you ask for payment. Seek is looking for people to do delivery jobs, she says, gesturing to the depot behind her. Considering all you care about is kudos, you're a perfect fit. Just tell him I referred you. Hey, she respects the hustle. She respects the grind. This is cute. Yeah, this is a fun game. You see Tammy sitting quietly near the entrance to the lounge. You've known her for, well, your whole life. Back on the ship, you used to play with her. Tammy had the best doll collection. After her mom died, her dad used all of his nanoprinter creds to print her a different doll every month for a whole year. Her ears perk up when she sees you. Oh, hello, Sizer, she says. Her voice is soft and dreamy, like a beamed starlight. Do you want to play dolls? Yeah. You don't think Tammy will ever be too old to play with dolls. If anything, she has even more of them now. She takes you to her quarters and brings out the entire Spacey Stacy doll collection. There's a disturbingly realistic baby with real bowel movements. And two super fancy, posable dolls named Lily and Tilly who can be programmed to move on their own. What? 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 Okay, Tammy isn't very good at the programming, so Lily and Tilly just roll around awkwardly when you turn them on. You cover quickly by saying they must be breakdancing at the club. The two of you spend the afternoon making up stories of their rise to stardom as professional dancers. She has dolls that can shit themselves and walk on their own. That's interesting. Where's Tang? Anemone. Yeah, made with a nano printer. Anemone is bumping a sports ball with her wrist, trying to keep it in the air. Heads up, she shouts and bumps the ball in your direction. Think fast. Bounce it back. You bounce the ball back and forth with her, trying to see how many times you can rally and keep it going. Anemone tells you about the new sports ball court, a proper regulation-sized court, way bigger than the little zero-G one in this stratospheric. Her brother Calm is coaching the junior sports ball team this year. Oh yeah, sports ball. I didn't know sports ball was a thing that women called sports until like 2-3 weeks ago. I was hanging out with somebody, and she was like, we were talking about football or something. I was like, yeah, no football. She's like, oh, I don't know any sports ball. And I was like, what? But I was just like, whatever. I was like, maybe that's just her nickname for football is sports ball. And then like a week later, I'm hanging out with her again. And this time she brings friends over and we're all playing board games together. And one of her friends was like, oh, you guys know I don't fuck around with sports ball. And I'm like, all right. Both of y'all has said, what the fuck is sports ball? Because what, like, I thought she just was missaying football, but now y'all are both saying it. So what is this? And yeah, it was, I guess that's sports ball is just like some kind of thing women call sports in order to piss dudes off or something. I don't know what it is. I don't really get it, but I was very confused. Yeah, sports ball. This was in California. This was in like NorCal. Hello, my little potato, your dad exclaims warmly. What have you been up to today? Just hanging with friends. That cow's a good boy, he says. And have you seen Anemone? She's been out by the garrison playing sports ball. I think she's spent every day outside since we landed. He chuckles to himself. Guess that's what happens when you've had enough brothers to make your own sports ball team. He breathes deeply and looks slowly around. Vertumnus is magnificent, isn't it? You nod. Seasons, he shouted, throwing his hands wide. I miss seasons. Back in North, it got much, much colder, and the snow wasn't half as pretty as our spark snow. He sighs, stretching. You just wait until dust season. Both the suns will be high in the sky. It'll be real hot then. You'll see. What's up, Mom? You find your mom hard at work setting up the greenhouses with a small construction crew. You've seen these plans pinned to the wall of your family's quarters for years now. These geodesic domes will house the more delicate plants from Earth. Spinach, tomatoes, maybe even fruit. She takes it. No, they won't. No, they won't. We know that they won't. That won't work. We know it. She takes a swig from a canteen as you approach. Looking for something to do? She asks. Remember, Sizer, you're responsible for your own schedule now that we've landed. You can decide how to spend your time as long as it's productive. She points towards engineering wing in the back half of the stratospheric severed frame. Professor Howe's expecting you in class, but a well-rounded education includes practical applications. You're old enough to help with the work around here. She claps her hand on your shoulder. I've got another minute. Anything you need to know? What are you doing at geoponics? She looks down and nudges the sprout growing between her feet. It's green, the color of earth plants. We're doing our best, but it hasn't been easy. I just hope the potatoes and corn can handle the weather here. I hear it rains like hell in wet season. She took a long look up and down. You're growing fast, Sizer, but you're still too young for real farming. Well, there's a lot of soil that needs to be hauled. What can I do in the quarters? If you need a break, you can visit the lounge to see your friends. But I won't see you lounging all the time. You need to be working hard. What's the garrison? Chief Rhett is organizing a sports ball team. You used to play, didn't you, back on the ship? It'll be different here with the planet's gravity. Of all the adults in the colony, Rhett and your mom are the most like soldiers you'd see on holovids. For a moment, you think your mom's going to suggest something else. Then she shakes her head. You're too young for defense training, so don't worry about that yet. Just enjoy yourself and stay out of trouble. What's up, engineering? House teaching classes on life science, engineering, and humanities. You pass all your tests, he'll let you work there in a few years. Your father thinks you're old enough that school is optional. I don't agree, but I'll be honest with you. We do need every pair of hands we can get. If you want to work with me here in geoponics, I'd suggest studying life science. If you don't have a good grasp of biology and ecology, I'm going to stick you on shovel duty. What's going on in command? I think Seek said they need someone to deliver supplies from the depot. They're setting up shop there. If you've got some kudos to spend. And of course, that's where Captain Governor Uticott works, but you shouldn't bother her. She's a busy woman and doesn't have your mother's patience with kids. You're trying to giggle. Your mom isn't known for her patience. Can I join the expeditions? Nope, you're too young. It's dangerous. Your father will be worried. There's so much we still don't know about the world here. Let the adults find out, and then maybe you can join in a few years. Okay, bye. Us Canadians are weird, though. We know. Yeah. Okay. I'm really deep into empathy and creativity. Maybe we should study empathy and creativity for a little bit, or like at least till we get the first like prong from them, because that'll be like a huge buff, a huge bonus to us. I do want to get my engineering skills up though, because we need to figure out what's going on. We need to get congruences access codes. That's important. But maybe we can do some empathy and creativity stuff. Learn some social sciences or something. I don't know. The thing is, there's so many things that we have to like take care of. We need 5 reasoning or higher to do engineering classes. Let's set up for engineering classes. Wait, hold on. What can give us more reasoning faster? Yeah, because I do want to get engineering. 10 toughness or 10 organization. Damn. So we just straight up can't do this one. Shovel dirt. That's +3 to toughness, and we get kudos. Damn, we're so bad at like everything. Yeah, we need to get our biology. I don't really need the reasoning and or maybe the organizing might be like important. I'm not really sure. I don't like. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I definitely need the engineering and biology up to a point where we can do. Fuck, there's just so much stuff we need to learn. Biology and reasoning, creativity and persuasion. Let's get our reasoning up enough to do engineering. Learn Vertuning geology by comparing various rock samples. Earth samples are so weird and gray compared to the pinks and purples and yellows. Earth must be a dull place. Okay, we're going for 12. $17. Yeah, I was gonna say this is probably the strongest. Yeah. 1738. 4 biology plus 1 to reasoning. Oh, we're owning in biology. Okay. I need to find out one that specializes reasoning then. This week you had a few more bouts of deja vu, remembering that somebody is about to say or do something just before they do it. This morning you were sure Professor Howe was going to trip on an uneven floor in the cafeteria and spill his plate of hash browns. You even told Mars to watch. He didn't though. As Professor Howe walked away, his hash browns safe today, Mars called you a liar and a dummy. And now your dreams are all mixed with stuff that you know can't be real. Oh shit, is this Tammy? You're chased by monsters the size of buildings, only to be saved by strange people you've never met. You're holding hands with someone you love. You're crying as you help lift a shrouded body into the colony of recycler. Fuck. Everything seems so familiar, but when you try to recall their faces, when you wake up, they're smeared in your memory like wet paint. You've lived this life before in your dreams. You're sure of it. In the light of day, you try to remember everything from your dreams, but it's impossible. You can't live a lifetime in dreams. Anytime you try to tell someone, they think you're playing a trick or that you're sick and need to go to the med bay. You eventually decide to stay quiet about your strange dreams. Why? You don't want people to worry. Your parents have so much on their minds already. You have a feeling that something is happening at Geoponics they don't want you to know. You don't understand it, but when they come home at night, they look really sad. You don't want to make that worse. If you just keep going to class and staying out of trouble, it'll be easier for everyone, yourself included. Yeah, let's get a good enough. We need to learn enough biology and engineering. Damn, there's so many stuff. Oh, there's Tang. Okay. Tang is hunched over her hollow palm, frowning and poking angrily at the air. She speaks without looking up at you. Professor Howell wants us to prep a list of native flora with pictures. There should be a catalog on the Colony HoloNet, but I can't find it anywhere. I don't even know if I can find the catalog. My reasoning might not be high enough. Let's make our own list. Tangent is dubious, but agrees to try your idea. The two of you run around the colony yard, taking pictures of all the different Vertumen plants you can find and making up fake sciencey sounding names for them, like Wonkius shrubberus. After an hour, you've categorized 51 different species. Tang doesn't think it's a very complete list or a very scientific method, but she figures you must have learned something. Okay, I'll take the free points. Toughness of 20 or greater. Or bravery of 20. Okay. Oh, there's Cal. Cal is riding around the Geoponics garden on his hoverboard. The board comes to a sudden shuddering stop on the rocky ground in front of you. Cal falls off but catches his balance before he eats dirt. Hi, Sizer. Real ground is way harder to hover on than ship floors. There are bumps everywhere. We all have to adapt. Yeah, he exclaims. Things are actually way better on planet side. Hovering outside is rad. Look at this. He runs over to a small depression in a nearby hill and presents it like it's something amazing. Look at this. It's a skate bowl. Cool. Can I try? Sure, but please be careful. Mom says if I break my hoverboard, we can't make another one. You take turns riding around the bowl, trying to get up enough speed to go down one side and come back up on the other. You don't land any tricks. It's hard just staying on the board with this uneven ground, but it's still fun. Yay, we're getting free points. Okay. I dare you to eat this worm is crazy. Wait, why am I moody? What the fuck is this? Okay, so we need, what do we need for this? More toughness or organizing. Damn, should we work at the fucking, maybe we should play sports ball and get our toughness up. No, I really think, all right, what's the first crises that we dealt with? I can't remember. The two that are overwhelmed, that are like reoccurring in my head right now are the what is it called? The food crisis and the dust. The powder, whatever the fuck it's called. This week in biology, you're learning about predators and prey. Professor Al brings up a picture of a hop eye on the projector. Says, who can tell me what special thing hop eye do when they see a predator? Thanks for hands straight up. They hop away very quickly. That's why we call it a hop eye. Hal nods. That's true, but not what I was getting at. Tang stammers and looks upset, like she can't believe she got something wrong. Hal scans the class again. Anyone else? Sizer? Oh, that's a lot. They fly away. You stammer after being put on the spot and say the first thing that comes to mind. That might work, Hal smiles, but hop eyes don't have wings. He gestured to the picture of the one right in front of you on the holo projector. You feel pretty dumb. They thump their feet and warn other hop eye in the area. Then they hop away very quickly. You look over to see Tang smirking at you. You both got it wrong, but she still thinks she's better than you. That's okay. I got a card that does 5. Looking for more difficulty? This harder challenge option will keep you on your toes. Want to focus on story? This will replace future minigames with a quick flip. No. Hard card challenges. Boom, 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 boom. 16. That's a 15. It's a 16. It's the same shit. 18. It can't be higher than 18, right? Yeah, 18's gotta be the highest. Yeah, okay. Extra points in biology. All right, our biology's getting there. Our reasoning is kind of slow. We need 5 reasoning in order to get. Damn, we're not like good at anything yet. Tammy's dad is head of the expeditions, which means he's out surveying the jungle every day. This morning you see her crying in the doorway as she leaves. I don't like when he goes out there, she sniffs after he is gone. But he's so brave, and so are you. That's why I like you. 20 empathy or high. Hey, let's go. Perform a random act of kindness. You start simple. You give Tammy an enormous hug, sharing the love. Tammy gets lots of hugs, but you make sure this one feels special. She hugs you back, wriggling back and forth happily. She's surprisingly strong. Thanks, Sizer, she says breathlessly as you squeeze the wind out of her a little. I really needed that. Oh, before you go, she adds, and produces a box with a slice of cake in the front of it. Do you want this cake? They're so fun to make, but I need someone to help me eat them. I'll make you another on your birthday if you like, and we can trade cakes. We can trade hugs for cakes. I need a break soon? Am I stressed? Oh, I'm stressed. Help them with animals. I need to hire animals to help with animals. We need to get our toughness up in a fucking egg. Okay, cool. Wait, who likes these eggs? Was it Anemone? Yeah, likes the Xeno eggs. Okay, we'll give that to her. Wait, we'll give it to her on her birthday though. When's her birthday? Early Dust was her birthday. It's pollen season. If we can keep Tammy alive, I can find out when her birthday is. Need 10 toughness or 10 organizing. Yeah, we're just lacking in the toughness department. I want to help at geoponics, but I don't think shoveling dirt is going to be like a useful way to help. It's just that the extra toughness is good. But in my mind, I'm like, maybe I should just work on studying the humanities. I just don't know. Ah. Extra creativity and extra persuasion. I don't know. I'm almost up here with these other ones. I'm like, maybe I should just finish them off. But I just need 5 reasoning to get into engineering class. Damn, there's so many different things. Like you like, I need to be like, I'm like, I should have dipped back in the, like, I want to dip back into sciences. Like, maybe I should have just did a science run. But yeah, the reason is because I know that shit's gonna hit the fan. I have to be good at engineering. We're okay, yeah. We gotta get our engineering up. You try to recreate a Vertunian ecosystem in a classroom terranium or Vertunanium. Yeah, we're not getting anything for these, really. Wait, what? This is a -1? 00023? That's a 17. -1. Really? Is that my passive? What is that? First card gets -1. Oh, from this thing. Oh, okay. Wait, this has got to be the best thing we could have done. Yeah. That was a very unexpected. You wake up from an afternoon nap. The dream you're in is one that you've had many times. The air is strangely pink and fluffy, kind of sticky, and you have to push your way through it. It feels like every step takes eternity. You push through the pink cloud and emerge into the children's creche, a room you know well, to see your friend Tammy standing before an enormous bear made of pure light. It lunges at her, through her, and she collapses to the ground, a fainting fairy tale princess. You wake up with your heart racing. Tammy is leaning over you where you've been sleeping in a nest of pillows. She shakes your shoulder gently. Oh, I'm sorry, Sizer, she says, as if speaking to a small child. I think you're having a nightmare. Are you okay? Are you? Nothing bad happened in the dream, but you feel sick with dread. Since you're awake, you should visit the cafeteria. Auntie Sedent is making a new kind of candy, she says. It's made out of cotton. Isn't that weird? I have to go tidy the creche first. I'll meet you there. Save some for me, okay? Wait, can I tell her not to? Yeah, no. You sprint down the hallway to the children's creche where little kids play and learn during the day. It's empty. All the younger kids are probably off getting candy with Auntie Sedent. You spot Tammy tidying up some drawing supplies near the craft bins. Above her, a holo projector displays an enormous floating teddy bear made of purple light. It bobs silently in the air. Mr. Bearsworth, a decade of happy memories playing with it flash through your mind in an instant. Tammy stands up on her toes and reaches for the switch to turn it off. I gotta stop her. You slam into her, knocking her off her feet into the ground. At the same moment, the holo projector sparks and explodes. The bear disappears. The whole room goes dark. Yes! She's alive! In the dim emergency lighting, you see Tammy's eyes wide with surprise and fear. She sits up and rubs her elbow, staring at you. Sorry, are you hurt? It's okay, she sniffles, looking at like she might start crying. Why'd you do that? Should I tell her? She won't believe me, I don't think. She's not gonna believe me. I'm just gonna say it was an accident. Oh, she mutters. She sniffles and wipes her nose, looking as she's trying not to cry. Are you okay? You tell her you're fine and say sorry again for hurting her. You're just happy that you followed your dream and got here in time. You decide not to mention the dream since she's weirded out already. After a minute, the lights come back on. The projector is dead. A thin trickle of stinky smoke comes from the base. Don't worry, Tammy says, brightening as she gets her to her feet. Professor Hal can fix that. He can fix anything. By the time you find the professor and finish cleaning up, you've forgotten all about the pink candy in the cafeteria. Whew! She's alive! Sizer, Tangent says, approaching you with purpose. We need to discuss my brother. Who, Dice? Yes, Dice, she says impatiently. I need you to figure out where he's been disappearing ever since we landed. I barely see him anymore. He doesn't even come home at night sometimes, and I'm not very good terms with my brother of late, but people are becoming worried. You get the feeling Tang is the one who's worried, but she doesn't want to admit it. I'll talk to him. He probably won't tell you, Tang just says angrily. Newton's apple, she swears. He won't even talk to me anymore. Besides, you may have to follow him. I would, but everyone in the lab would know I'm gone. No one cares where he goes during the day. Okay. Yeah, I'll go some sleep. Joe Dice said his sister wants to know where he's been disappearing off to. His eyes flit briefly to yours. Then he stares vaguely off towards the engineering wing, where his sister's reading on her hollow palm between classes. He doesn't say anything. Oh, I don't have enough friendship with him for this? Yeah, I'll leave him alone. Tammy's sitting down on the grass with a baby in her lap. They're playing nicely in some flowers or a strand of beads in Tammy's hair or something. Tammy keeps gently removing her hair from the baby's mouth. Oh, Sizer, aren't babies the best? Wait, whose baby is this? There's so many new babies in the creche. You'd think we were starting a colony or something, Tammy says. But the parents are too busy doing other work and somebody needs to take care of the little ones. She looks down lovingly to the baby who is now sucking on a part of her skirt, getting it good and damp with baby drool. You could help, it'd be fun. Oh, okay. The baby chooses this moment to spit up a big puddle of pale yellow liquid onto Tammy's dress. Oopsie, Tammy coos and picks the baby up. Then she holds them out towards you. Could you take them for a minute while I find a towel? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, sure. You hold the baby against +1 of Tammy's confidence. Is her confidence a stat? What? You hold the baby against your chest and pat her back the way you've seen parents do. They let out a satisfying loud belch and you feel a trickle of liquid run down your back. But you don't care because there's nothing better than that fresh baby smell. You decide you might take Tammy up on the babysitting job. Do I get paid for that? I gotta see what the benefits are. Ooh, what kind of benefits do I get with that? What kind of benefits package? You meet your dad adjusting a watering bot on your mom's flower garden. He's having a sneezing fit, his eyes running in red. You're alarmed. You've never seen him look sick before. People were hardly ever ill in the stratospheric, except sometimes when the zero-G rooms made them queasy. Not to worry, my little beanstalk, he says nasally. I'll be fine. It's just this pollen making my head a little stuffy. He wipes his nose with a handkerchief and looks around. Everywhere you turn, the air is soupy and tinged with pink from all the floating pollen. On Earth, we used to call this hay fever. Even though it has nothing to do with hay, your mom cuts in, carrying a large bouquet of flowers. The native flowers seem to be in full bloom this year. She buries her nose in them deep. They smell fantastic. Your dad smiles kindly and agrees that they sure are beautiful. Then he blows his nose loudly. I'm scared of the pollen. Your mom sighs. Sizer, life on Vertumna is going to be very hard if you let yourself be afraid of everything. Your dad cuts in. It's okay, kiddo. It's just how plants reproduce. The pollen might make your eyes itch, but you'll be fine. You wanted to tell them more about the bad feeling you have in your gut when you look at the pink haze, but you can't put it in words. Your dad's eyes look so sad. Maybe that's just the allergies. Hey, Sizer, I know the last few weeks have been very hard for you. This might be the good time to relax and stick around the quarters wing. Okay. It's about time for a rest. A rest and relaxation. I'm too stressed to babysit. Lounge a long, well-lit hall down the outer hull of the ship's midsection. It's strewn with tables and cushions and serves as a communal living room for the tiny one-room spaces every family is assigned. You flop down into the lounge's big beanbag pile with some of the other kids. Cal has a dazed, peaceful look on his face. The air smells so good on Vertumna, and so does the dirt even. You notice his clothes are filthy, but obviously Cal couldn't care less. And then he bounces in. Holy crap, there's so much space to run around and play in. Com and Chief Red set up an outdoor sports ball court, and it's way huger than the one on the ship. Tangent carefully selects one cushion from the pile and perches on it. The school is expanding to some of the empty engineering bay, she tells you, and we're getting a big new lab to do experiments using local resources. There's so much to learn on this planet. And Emily rolls her eyes, but Tang continues. We shouldn't forget our studies just because we've landed. I'll probably get a bravery point for saying I want to explore the jungle. I don't know what missing space would give me, though. Let's try it. The others look uncomfortable, but Tammy nods quietly. It's scary on Vertumna. It was much nicer on the ship. Nicer and safer. And not so hot all the time. And all the bugs. She shudders. I'm going to stay in the creche for now. Oh, Tammy misses space as well. You had less of the deja vu dreams come to life feeling this week, and you're starting to think you'd even imagine it, but suddenly you get a prickling sensation on the back of your neck, and remember, Mars is about to enter the lounge and tell everyone to look outside. You stare at the door. Mars walks through it, of course, as if on cue. Oh my god, everybody look outside. They're hoisting a flag over the command. You know what that means, right? Vertumna is officially humanity's first ever exocolony. You look out at the flag feeling dizzy and silently mouth the words along with what she says next. You remember this moment so well. This is history, kids, she exclaims, wrapping Anemone and Tangent under her arms, and we were there. Let's forget the crawling. Okay, well, it looks like we're in a good mood. Yeah, maybe we should go harder on toughness. We can't really scale our bravery. I don't think anyone has anything for us. Oh god. This should be 5. This would put us at 5 reasoning. This week in biology class, you're studying sugar bugs. This native species looks like purple marshmallows, about the size of your fist, all puffy and squishy and kind of cute. They don't move or do much, but if you tickle them, they exude an edible syrup from a hole at the top of their bodies. And now you're gonna dissect one. Refuse to do it on ethical grounds? Dissect the cute little sugar bug. Dissect it. You're given a thankfully already deceased sugar bug to work on. The moment your scalpel slices it open, a horrid smell assaults you. Sweet like rotting fruit. Yuck. You see Tang trying not to gag too. Dissection. Damn, 29. Fuck. How the fuck? Story challenges have 3 rounds instead of 1. After every round, you keep the cards you didn't play and unlock an extra slot to play. Losing isn't always a bad thing in story challenges. Okay. I guess. Wait. Two, 2, 2 or 1, 2, 3. I have a bonus to pairs. Wait, how many fucking science cards do I have? I feel like I don't have a lot. It's 11, it's 15. Zero, 1, 2, 6. Yeah, I guess. Oh, yeah, top points. We only got 1 biology point for that. You carefully section your sugar bug into 6 discrete organs. You take a photo with your hollow palm and carefully fill in labels for all the parts. That's pretty good, Tang says, peeking at your work. These things are slipperier than I was expecting. Parts of mine are still moving. Great job, class. Now we're going to leave them overnight. The next morning, your class is in for a surprise. The sugar bugs are alive again, and there are more of them. Your teacher explains that their DNA is so malleable that almost any part of a sugar bug can turn into any other part if it needs to. The resulting sugar bugs are smaller, but will eventually grow into full-size ones. Vertumina biology is weird. Okay, so yeah, like about the same amount of points we were already gonna get, I guess. Okay. We need 40 empathy for the next one. Oh, that'll be a little bit then. It's a stick. It's a stick. Okay, now we can do electronics. Or not electronics. Engineering. That's what it was. Oh yeah, actually, let me see what the babysitting list is looking like. Do we get paid for that? Empathy and creativity and kudos. Oh, we do get paid. I could do a thing of babysitting. You gonna try to go to bed earlier for once? Okay, for sure. Have a great rest of your night. Thanks for hanging out. Hello, Sizer. Auntie Cedant greets you. Oh, sweetheart, I'm so happy you've come back to help. You know this place well. The creche, part preschool, part all-day daycare. You practically grew up here. Care for the communally while your parents work their shifts. A few kids even live in the creche full time. In a way, Antecedent, aka Anne, aka Antecedent, is every kid's mom. The smell of craft glue and clean blankets gives you a calming sense memory of all the happy times you spent here with your friends. Tammy is here too, always rocking a drowsy baby against her chest. She looks at ease here in a way you don't usually see. You're going to babysit too, she asks, an excited stage whisper. You'll love it. Suddenly a bundle of wild hair in pink overalls runs straight into you, nearly knocking you over. Almost more kitten than kid, the child grabs your leg and stares up at you with unblinking green eyes. Watch that one, Auntie Cedant warns. You remember Nougat? She's turning out to be quite a handful. Why don't you start off getting her to go down for her nap? Let's play a game with her. Sports ball, she shouts, pulling an extra bouncy inflatable ball from the cubby. You show Nougat how to balance it on your head and bounce it slightly up and down. Of course, when she tries, she bops it with such force that it flies across the room. She chases it, clapping happily. Nougat makes a beeline for some older kids who are playing with a Cradle bot. She charges in and picks up the bot and hugs it, causing it to flail and whirl and knock both her and itself over. By the time you get to the scene of the crime, there's tears and other kids are upset about their broken bot. The commotion attracts the attention of Auntie Cedant, who swoops in with hugs and tissues. Within minutes, she has it under control. Whoops, she says, hauling Nougat up onto her hip. Just a little mix-up. Don't worry, everyone. Sizer will get the bot fixed in a jiffy. Oh, I'm fixing the bot? Okay, I guess. Can I even get fucking that many points? Hold on. Oh shit. Uh 18. Nice. That puts at 25. It's time for Vertumnalia. Utica and the council have called a festival to celebrate life here on planet Vertumna. Everyone greets in the colony square to hear Governor Utica's speech. In Earth's history, Utica began, and then clears her throat and waits for everyone to quiet down. Ahem. In Earth's history, Vertumna was known as the god of seasons, change, gardens, and fruit. It's no coincidence that our forebears of the Vertumna Project chose to take on such an auspicious name in the hopes of seeding future bountiful seasons of humanity. We will continue the tradition of Vertumnalia, a midsummer festival to celebrate our Vertumna, this lush planet upon which we find ourselves today. Yay! Everyone cheers and applause. The members of the council get up on stage one at a time and give their own short speeches. Governor Utica announces each one. When it's your mother Fufu's turn, she announces that tonight you'll be eating some of the very first crops grown from Vertumnan soil. Your eyes go to the feast table. Aboard the stratosphere, it would have been mostly soy-based food from nanoprinters, spiced with what precious fruits and vegetables could be grown in a small growing bay. This year, Earth's plants look even less robust than usual, but they're supplemented by Vertumnan plants you've come to appreciate, juicy potato pods and slabs of edible fungi. Utica takes the stage after everyone in the council has said their place. What is a festival without festivities? She asks. Professor Hal and Security Chief Rhett have organized 3-part competition for the kids. Good luck. Let's do talent show. It's an all singing, all dancing, all talent extravaganza. The entire colony gathers to watch the show after dinner. First up, Dice plods up to the front of the stage as a pop song starts to play. He just stands there, deadpan, staring into the space with his arms at his side while the singer belts out the first verse. Then as the chorus comes in, he suddenly springs to life, dancing and lip-syncing to the lyrics frantically, waving his arms and grinning maniacally, then collapses to stand still once the chorus is over. It's hilarious, but you aren't sure if you're supposed to laugh. Next, Mars performs a choreographed dance routine to an old Earth song by an AI idol. God. As she has light-emitting balls at the end of her hair, which she swings around everywhere in the dim light while controlling a small floating ball drone who dances with her. It's total overkill, but it is impressive. What do you do? These are creativity challenges. They're all hard. They're all social. Let's do magic. 47. What the fuck? What is this? What? Why are they doing this to me? Okay. Goddamn 47. One, see, 0, 1, 2, 6. Hold on. Is there a way to do this where it's, hold on. $22. Zero, 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 zero. Push through with the stress. 55. I'm not doing 55 stress. I'll take the L. This is crazy. Hang on. I can put +2 on this and then make it a straight. I don't know if that helps. It would make this a better score, I think. Barley. I could push through on 25. I I don't even know what you get for this. Like, if it's even worth doing. Everyone's amazed by your magic act, especially the one where you pretend to pull scarves out of your mouth. You win. You win is voted by audience. We got a +5 for that? Damn. And we're popular. Mars begrudgingly shakes your hand, leaning in to whisper that you better enjoy your victory now because she's going to destroy you next year. Oh shit, they took the stress away. Nice. As the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a much needed break. During the fierce heat of dust, a few days rest is exactly what you need. You feel refreshed. Tammy almost doesn't notice you approach. She's bent over her hollow palm, intently taking notes until you get close enough that her ears wiggle and she looks up surprised. Oh, hello, Sizer, she greets you cheerfully. I'm so sorry I didn't see you there. You ask her what she's studying and she flushes pink and tugs at her ear. I'm not studying, she says. I'm making a list of my friend's favorite things. She laughs so... a little embarrassed. And well, you're my friend, so what's your favorite color? Black. Wait, are there more options? Purple. She notes your answer and then asks what your favorite dessert is. Spoons full of pure sugar. She giggles and whispers something. Sometimes I do that too. Hey, you know what? I like Tammy. What's your favorite toy? I guess my hollow palm. I could put dolls and action figures just to like kind of. I don't like none of these really. Stuffed animals, hoverboards. I mean, you know what? I have a giant stuffed animal in my fucking room. Okay, now that I know what to get you for your birthday, ask her what her favorite things are. She presses her index finger together. I like the color yellow and my dolls. My favorite sweet is cake. Oh shit! Well, we gotta figure out what her birthday is so we can give her cake on her birthday. Tanja's watching a construction crew build scaffolding for the new engineering pavilion. They're using mushwood, which is so light that one person can easily lift a 10-meter long pole and stack it into place. She points towards them. Human beings are so great, don't you think? Before we landed, this was all just dirty jungle. Now it's civilization. I've been learning about adaptability in writing and biology class. The books say that what set us apart from the animals, like we don't need fur because we can make warm clothes, and if it's too hot, we can make air conditioners instead. Also, we can sweat. Tang nods vigorously. Yes, also that. I read that not many animals sweat except humans, and that makes us naturally good in hot places. It's like we're made to be explorers. Together, you watch as the foreman puts the blueprints for the scaffolding into the floating screen of her hollow palm and raises it to the scaffolding to check their progress. I like to see an alien do that, she says primly. Humans look defenseless and weak, but we're the strongest species in the galaxy. Who else can literally bend reality to their will? Not a stupid alien, that's for sure. She puts one finger on her chin. I'm living proof that humanity is greater than our biology, she says. All of us are, really. That our genetic enhancements were the next step in humanity's evolution from great ape to galactic superspecies. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Whatever you say, dude. Oh yeah, I was supposed to give Anemone something for her birthday. Which already passed. I missed it. I don't have enough toughness or bravery to go outside during the attack that's gonna happen. Yeah, the attack's happening soon. I want to start getting on my engineering stuff though. But we almost have bonuses from empathy and creativity that I really want to get. And our quotas are doubled for 3 months. Wait, that gives me incentive to work for the next 3 months. What did I need over here? Toughness and organizing to deliver supplies. Let's get our biology. Fuck. I don't know what to do. We gotta get our biology up. We gotta get our bravery up. Gotta get our toughness up. Actually, we're not gonna be fighting this run, really. I'll leave the fighting to them. Maybe I can buff my persuasion. We gotta get our toughness up enough to work in the command. Maybe that's what we'll try to do. I'll try to run the station. Like get in charge of shit. But fuck. Before I do that though, I need to get enough biology and engineering and toughness. I need to be able to get out. Oh fuck. Maybe there's another way I can do it. Just by exploring, maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe we start empathy and creativity. Maybe we start with the babysitting. Let's get these up to like a respectable number, and then we'll go. I don't know. We still have time before we're in a spot. It's too hot indoors, so you spend time with the kids. They love to run around throwing buckets of water at each other. Let's get to work. Okay, did that put us past or no? Not quite. Okay, late dust. Yeah, let's get our empathy up a little bit more while we make a little bit of extra bread. Get our empathy and our creativity up. Maybe we'll be a singer or something. I don't know. Most kids in the creche go home at the end of the workday to be with their parents, but some live there full time. And as triplets, for example. And as triplets? Fuck. As well as orphans from the wormhole. Okay. You and Tammy are putting two of these creche kids to bed. Tammy is cuddled up with one of them, reading a book out loud. Tonight's story, Tammy begins, is about a little Vakubot named Litter. One night, while Litter was charging, there was a huge power surge in her charging station. Zap! Tammy tickles the children for emphasis. And the next morning, when Litter woke up, well, instead of cleaning, she decided to go on a grand adventure. Tammy makes the story up as she goes. She has the Vakubot venture all the way out of her geoponics dome to the other side of the colony to meet her cousin bots in engineering. But everything goes wrong and little Vakubot gets scared and lost. After Captain Udicott saves her and brings her back to the geoponics, the little Vakubot vows to never go exploring again and lives happily ever after. So the morals to never have adventures. You're so great with kids. Thanks, Sizer. Tammy blushes. I can't wait to have kids of my own. I want at least 5, maybe even more. Auntie Seedon says I could have as many as I want, and she and the other creche parents will help raise them all. I think I like that. Okay. Whatever. I got a new card. 2, 4, 3. 2, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 4, 3. Wait, hold on. Okay. Neighboring are +1, +2. 22433. This is 25. The other one was 28. Looks like 28 might be the max. I'm thirsty. I missed what? How many? I missed 1 point. Damn it. Okay, so we passed our empathy milestone. That's cool. New perk. Pay to remove cars in the spa. Not super useful right now. Actually, no, it kind of is a little bit. What's up? It's pouring rain and everyone's trying to stay dry under the... I don't have enough perception. Except Dice. Off in the distance over the wall near the sports ball field. He's definitely skulking. I'll leave him alone. When you glance back, he's gone. He'll be fine. We're almost there with creativity. But I want to get my biology. Fuck, there's so much stuff I want to get good. I want to get my toughness up so I can start working on the other thing. Let's do 1 day of toughness. Since we have popular for one more turn. We get a bonus to our money. Sorry, I'm like super dehydrated right now. We'll do 1 toughness or 1 dirt shovel because one, it gives money, but then also I want to get at least a little bit more toughness. It's your first day in the glorious world of agricultural soil conveyance. Good morning, Size. It looks like you're working for your old lady. We don't expect you to go easy on you just because you're my son. She walks you around the geoponics wing and points out where everything is. It's your job to move sod, compost, plants, garden waste and equipment from one place to another. Get comfortable with this, she says, pushing a squeaky old-fashioned wheelbarrow towards you. Now, any questions before we start? Don't we have machines for this? The construction crews already claimed all the hover lifts, but they'll break down in a few years anyway, and we don't have the materials to fix them. We're planet side now. Use your muscles, nature's hydraulic pistons. Where do I move it again? From over there, she points to a dirt pile, to there. She points to an identical dirt pile 10 meters away. We had some very precious soil from Earth on the ship, full of all the nutrients and bugs and bacteria our plants needed to grow, but it was lost in an accident. Now we have to make more from scratch using bitumen soil. This is part of the process. When I use hydroponics. On the ship, we grew most of our plants with their roots in the water, and it's true, it was more hygienic that way. But hydroponic systems use too much energy. Here, we have to grow as much as we can the old-fashioned way. Okay. Here we are. That's a huge bump to toughness. You're having a terrifyingly familiar dream, a monster crashing through the walls, unfathomably large, every part of it wriggling and moving and searching for something. It tramples through the colony as you watch helplessly. Time shifts to the wreckage of your home. You're picking through it, looking for something, tears streaking down your dust-covered face. Damn! You wake up shouting no, but your voice is drowned out by deafening rumble from the skies outside. The bedroom window is covered in water. It's pouring down from the clouds. You guess this must be rain, but you've never experienced it before. There's a bright flash from outside, then another crack and rumble. Thunder. This must be a thunderstorm. It's still the early hours of the morning. You've already almost forgotten your bad dream, but you're too unsettled to go back to sleep just yet. The rain beats down on the roof of your quarters, joined now and then with the great peals of thunder, like the footsteps of an angry beast. Let's run outside and play. Oh, shoot. Hold on one second. Hello? Okay, I gotta end my stream at least for a little bit. I have a situation I gotta deal with. I'll probably have to end it first tonight. Oh, congratulations on getting your bench upgrade to level 3. That's fucking sick. You must have been busy today, huh? Damn. That's what's up. That's cool. Yeah, I gotta handle a situation, and it's gonna take a while. Nice. I'll see if I can run a couple matches before it gets too late. But at least because I didn't do no dailies, or I don't remember if I even have dailies. But yeah, I gotta save this. No, like I said, I might run a couple, but not right now. I have shit I gotta take care of. All right, I'm taking off, guys. I gotta go. I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. You guys take care. Tomorrow we'll probably be playing more Arc Raiders. I think we'll play some Arc Raiders tomorrow. But yeah, I'm out. Sometime maybe this weekend we might get back and play more Dispatch, because I know Dispatch is on like episode 4, and I want to. Maybe I'll play that tomorrow, like afternoon or something. I'm not sure. Tomorrow isn't a in-person massage day, so we might do that. Yeah. All right.